Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. So we've got to play some Shaman cards this time, so let's try that. Let's see, Standard, Shaman, just try and play in Ranked. Trying to get up to 18 if I can on the Ranked, but it doesn't matter, really. Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus is our first story. I want to just kind of jump into these. It's a weird situation because one, he's still making these, and I'm a little surprised that he's making DLC again. It's a good game, but I don't think I could go back to it.
The legions I command.
But with that, he's going to add and kind of make official some mods that other players have made, which puts you definitely in this weird position of having potentially mods added to the game that weren't made by the main creator of the game. And that's weird.
Someday I'll be
That's
just
weird.
like you.
It's kind of the thing I've asked about Skyrim, though. Like, there's a lot about Skyrim that would be improved if Skyrim actually if Skyrim just integrated the features of some of the deals, some of the mods. Like the unofficial patch mod obviously should be in the game, because if it's just fixing graphical and gameplay issues, that's totally obvious that should be done. The better character models mod, I mean, it's probably a good idea. The special edition simply focusing on slightly better shaders and graphics was a pretty lazy turn of events.
I'll never tell.
It was a pretty lazy release, and so even under the special edition, I'm gonna probably throw them an option to turn off endurance or something like that would be really helpful in the game. A better user interface. I know there's been many mods there. Hopefully they're learning from all of that and from Fallout 4, and
My totems! My pretty totems!
and because of that they will improve upon their next Elder Scrolls game. Also, right now is a free weekend for Elder Scrolls Online, or Legends, or whatever it's called. And I'm interested in playing that a little bit, but I won't ever do it because it's an online game, and that would be crazy. See, I think that's where they really are thinking about taking the series, or at least that's where they were thinking about taking the series, was to have it
A tale
be this
of wonder and magic.
constant
Tonight,
online.
a tale of true terror.
So, like, having the ability to constantly add more quests and such, I think would allow an Elder Scrolls game to just go on forever and ever and ever. But it also kind of doesn't address the fact that the story is kind of what I'm there for, and it's sort of weak in Skyrim. And so playing an online version, almost no story there. But I was talking about Binding of Isaac, adding mods. That's something I kind of want to see in a few games, but not a lot. And even Binding of Isaac wasn't a game online that should do that. Let's see.
Did you bring some fish?
This. Let's see.
Totally.
So I'm playing all these shaman cards. Ubisoft employees have been accused of insider trading. So when Watch Dogs 2 and The Division were delayed, several employees allegedly moved, sold their shares before that was announced. This is a French company that's making these accusations. So this is a thing that happened on the French stock markets, I would assume. So
Tusk!
I will watch that with interest. The higher ups deny it, but who knows, it may be true. We talked a little bit of Watch Dogs for a different reason last recording, but apparently the fake game trailer in Watch Dogs 2 is real. It's called a short game called Pioneer, and that's expected to be announced next year. And after seeing and hearing that part of the story, turns out that Pioneer is not doing so well, and it's probably not gonna make that time, that announcement and release time. So that is not too good. There is something about Watch Dogs 2 about how dated I've heard some of the references are. One of the missions, you're going after this jerk CEO that's supposed to be the equivalent of Martin Shkreli, who is a real-world jerk CEO according to most. And there's like a reference to Obama and a lot of references to things that probably aren't going to make the most sense. In fact, even the Dead Sex / Anonymous reference may not even play in 5 to 10 years.
Job's done.
Who knows? Speaking of other mods, Bethesda on their Twitter promoted a mod called Indriel, which is its own separate story completely in a completely different land of Skyrim. You still need Skyrim to be installed, but the mod just takes you to a totally different place. And that's fine. There have been several content mods for Skyrim that add story that's usually, it seems, longer and better than the main quest lines in Skyrim. But what's weird here is Bethesda's promoting it. So it seems very weird that the main people of the makers of the game would choose to do that. Like, we're gonna promote something that we had no hand in whatsoever, and we really shouldn't even mention exists. Weird. A little lesser weird is I saw some Skyrim concert that Bethesda put on, again from their Twitter. They showed this, and in the concert they had people in cosplay, and again, like the World of Warcraft cosplay, it just was very tame. Now, it honestly, there's not really any costumes in Skyrim that are not that tame. I think the most cleavage you can get is probably out of some of the vampire armor, and that's still really nothing. Darn it.
Tusk!
So, yeah, I think Bethesda just kind of has this thing going on where none of they're just not into that art style. They're not into the particular explicit art style and clothing, and I guess it's proof that it can be done, and there's nothing that just inherently pushes all artists to reveal more skin, because they seem to be able to do it in Skyrim, and they seem to be able to do it in Warcraft. Now, I mean, even the new one, what's the one called? I want to say Overlord, but I know that's not it. Overwatch. Yeah, Overwatch. Even in Overwatch, we do have somewhat suggestive poses of some of the characters, because they're kind of in these superhero tight leather outfits in some of the girls, but not really. I mean, people have had to work really hard to turn Diva and Tracer and who's the sniper Spider-Man. They've had to try really hard to sexualize those characters. And yes, there's a porn that came out and all that, and it seems like they're just not happy about that, and they didn't want that. And there was the slight controversy where they asked people if they thought this one pose that was literally a pin-up pose from the old days was too provocative. The people said, well, it doesn't really fit with the character well. So then they changed it to a different pin-up pose. So let's move on to the next story. I think I kind of want to probably only do 3 recordings here. I think I'm playing so many of the shaman cards here that by the time this game is done, I may have succeeded in my quest. Let's see. This.
There is a lot at
this. And in return, Assassin's Creed has decided to finish a modern storyline that was going on since Black Flag in a comic book form. So I haven't gotten up to playing Black Flag. I stopped after the one with the Indian, which I think was the one right before Black Flag. And that's the latest Assassin's Creed game I played. So whatever was happening in that timeline, I'm not aware of.
Elements I like. Totems I love. All day.
So I'm gonna lose, but whatever. So I assume what they're trying to do here is they're one of two things. They're either trying to get rid of that storyline so they can start their own modern storyline, perhaps have the next game actually take place in modern times. That would be alright, and it would also explain why they're taking their time here instead of making an annual franchise of it again. But I don't know. They may just be trying to get rid of the modern timeline. I think that too works. I think I've said it before many times, probably. The whole you're in an animus and you're seeing these computer glitches every now and then, and you're seeing these hidden secrets and collectibles that aren't there, and all of that. They've gotten more and more away from all of that, and they should have, at the very beginning of the game, they should have just said it in the past and not had a animus, not had any of those ideas. Now, the weirdness there is if they are going to just set the next Assassin's Creed in the past and that's it, doesn't that hurt the... Doesn't that then hurt the movie that's coming out? Maybe they already know the movie's gonna not succeed,
Summoning portal open.
or maybe they think the movie will succeed in some ways that doesn't even matter. But yeah, it's a weird. If they get rid of the whole animus idea from the next Assassin's Creed game, then do they get rid of the whole animus idea in the movie? And I think probably they do. Last I heard about the movie, which I haven't heard a lot about it lately, was that most of it takes place in the modern time. Anyways, let's see. Chris Metzen, who worked for 23 years with Blizzard, spoke out about why he left Blizzard. And I think I talked about this, but I don't remember what I said, honestly. If I was to just retroactively assume what I said, since I'm not going to bother to remember what I said, I would guess I said after 23 years, he may have either realized that he's not going to ever get to make the next Diablo game, or in some other way, or make any other games, and he's just old and he's just tired. That's what I guess I would have said. What he says now is he left because he's burned out, he was feeling schizophrenic, and he was having panic attacks. Now that all are very, very valid reasons to quit a job. In fact, honestly, there's lots and lots of valid reasons to quit jobs, and honestly, I don't think enough people take those reasons. Let's see. See, I should have played that after I attacked. That was a mistake. Let's just go ahead and attack. Start nibbling away. Next turn, Bloodlust may be able to win. So I don't think there's a story there, really. If there's a story, it's not much of one. Other spells deal damage, restore that much health to you. Do I play this or do I play this?
Well played.
I can't do enough damage to him. Oh well. So I'm going down this list, and I did start. I can see now clearly I wrote too large on this one. That's why I ran out of space. Not because I'm really full on stories. There's a lot of stories here. The next one's an interesting one. A FIFA coin hacker has been convicted of defrauding Electronic Arts out of $16 million. Now, this is, on the face of it, this sounds like an ouch situation and something that I wouldn't want to see happen, because I've hacked a couple of games that were like free-to-play games, and maybe I shouldn't even admit that now, and gotten gems, and I thought to myself, nah, that's it. Sure, they don't like it, but that, and maybe it's their right to block me or put in patches to stop me, but they couldn't sue me and say, because I've gotten myself these diamonds, these coins, whatever it was in whichever game, they can't turn around and say, no, you defrauded us for the value of the gems. This is really, really scary, because like almost every hack is going to give you millions and millions of something, And if 100 gems is worth $10 and you have 1,000,000 of them, potentially the thought, at least originally, was that they could come after you for the full value of all of that. Now, slightly fortunately, that's not exactly what happened here. And I don't know how this passed muster, because at some point it must have said somewhere in the EA FIFA game that the in-game currency had no cash value. Otherwise, players would have been able to ask for their money back. And for it to say they had no cash value, then for them to turn around and say, well, no, it does have cash value and you took out $60 million worth of it, that seems like this court case probably it was a bad decision. But it was a slightly different thing. This guy was logging in thousands of games a second to trick the FIFA game into giving him coins, and then he was selling the coins, I think, on the Chinese black market, to people for actual money. So a little bit more intricate there. It was a bigger issue, but it also kind of feels like a bad case precedent too. It's dangerous, like real dangerous to set this precedent and say anybody who hacks a game to get extra lives when the game has free-to-play elements that would give you those extra lives might be defrauding the company of that. That is incredibly dangerous precedent. But I don't think this is going to start being a thing. First of all, people would have to sue you, and then if they're going to sue you, then they're going to have to pay lawyers. So I think we're safe for a good while. But it does make you think. What also makes you think is Batman Arkham Origins multiplayer is going to be shut down. Now, I don't think Batman Origins is even 4 years old, and the multiplayer is already going to be shut down. It's just more evidence and more proof that you should not ever buy a game for multiplayer. Not even multiplayer games should you buy for multiplayer. Not unless you're certain you can run your own servers. Minecraft is one of the few exclusions where you can run your own server, and so in theory that multiplayer would work forever. But that's not even true, because if the servers on like Mojang's site, the Mojang account you use to launch Minecraft, don't stop working, if they just shut those down, then you still couldn't play Minecraft. Almost certainly would never happen, and almost certainly people would be able to patch a hack around that. But yeah, you just can't trust multiplayer. Even if the servers stay up, the audience doesn't stay. It's a bad example, bad comparison, but in a lot of ways, multiplayer, people who play multiplayer games are very cattle-like in that they just all herd to the biggest, newest game. So, new Call of Duty, we're all on Call of Duty. Overwatch comes out, we're all on Overwatch. New Infinite Warfare, we're all on Infinite Warfare. And it's almost the entire community of multiplaying people that are the comprisement of that group. So there aren't enough people that are going to stay on Overwatch once the next Overwatch comes out. There aren't enough people that are going to stay on Battleborn once Overwatch comes out, actually. It certainly hits home with me because I'd like to do Left 4 Dead, and I just don't think I could get for players who really want to stick and go through a full session of Left 4 Dead and put up with me being bad at the game and not be super good at the game themselves. There's just, even when I was playing Left 4 Dead when it first came out, there was troubles with matching really good players to bad players, and now that's only going to be worse as there's less people. Let's see. Speaking of other things, maybe I can just go a little long here and finish everything instead of
Move quickly.
a third conversation. I don't know. Let's think. I don't know if I'm actually anywhere close to finishing the quests, nor do I know if I want to finish the quest. It's been a strange day for me. It's one of those days where, despite my best efforts, I still couldn't get to recording. This has caused me to yet again have a prolonged break in playing Skyrim, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen. No prolonged breaks. Well, almost to the 95-hour mark on Skyrim, and goofing around a lot last time I played, just trying to finish storylines and such before I start the Assassin's Guild quests and ruin my reputation. I looked into some things on the game, and it seems like trying to get all the Daedalic or whatever they're called weapons, the Daedric weapons, is probably going to be either a lot of a hassle or not worth it. I think we want to get as many as possible, but I'm starting to run out of quests that are main quests. I may have to
quickly.
Start asking people start having conversations with people, start asking people about rumors, start going back and forth through caves and places that I've seen. Let's see.
Tonight, a tale of glorious redemption.
Let's go and kill this. So, yeah, definitely been a weird day, and that's messed me up, and it's late, and ever since daylight savings time happened and
Face the
the
airs
clock
of
rolled
magic.
back, I've been super tired early on. I used to stay up till like 10, 11 consistently. That was what I was planning on staying up till. And now, by 8 o'clock in the evening, I'm thinking to myself, man, I am tired and I would like to take a break and go to sleep. Of course, other issues still exist too, of just not being very good with time management in general. Not getting those 8 hours of recording that I'd like to get done. Now, as far as scheduling goes, I think I'm doing pretty good. Skyrim is helping out a lot there. I'm dropping the ball maybe a little bit. I have like half a page of videos to upload, so another 15 Skyrim episodes. And probably could upload some more Hearthstone if I cared to. Let's see.
You have been measured and bound.
Should have this mode. But overall, I'm not doing too bad. If Skyrim goes all through 2017, or through a large portion of 2017, I've got a lot of other games that I'm gonna have to squeeze in time slots that weren't generally placed out for that. When do I find time for that next hidden object game? When do I find time for the next puzzle game? Also on sales and stuff, it's like, how much more of that do I need? How much more of that do I want to get? I'm in this weird position because it's a week before the
Let me think.
sale of the Thanksgiving sale for Steam, the fall sale, and
I must move quickly.
I would like to get Rise of the Tomb Raider for half off right now, but should I wait for the next week and see if it's on sale again? Almost certainly it isn't. Let's see, can I hold the dragon? No. So I'm gonna do this.
There is a lot at stake.
My totems! My pretty totems!
And if only I was holding a dragon. If I could hold the dragon and destroy this guy, I could probably win. But I won't. Just trying to play more shaman cards.
I dream and the world trembles.
And we're going 30 minutes here. I really wish there was something I could do with Hearthstone. There's nothing new, or there's very little new to say about the game. Summon your death rattle minions that died this game. Let's see. Or play this card. Let's see what this hand does.
By the holy light!
That didn't work. See, I'm just sitting here being quiet when I don't have anything to talk about. I don't see a point in recording myself play Hearthstone because I'm never learning anything. I'm
Face
never
the airs of
making
magic.
any progress there.
Once upon a time.
He's playing a full dragon deck.
My totems!
This.
My pretty totems!
Let's hope for something different.
My pretty.
Needs to hurry up and win if he's gonna win. Well, I need to hurry up and win if he's gonna lose. Interesting.
For Blackwood!
Nice move there.
I must move quickly.
Let's see. This.
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Turn. on.
Once upon a time.
Do I have anything in this deck that would do this much damage? He's certainly taking his sweet time here. This.
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Come on, take your victory and let's be done with it. I guess since I have some stuff to talk about and I need to clean off my board at the end of every recording session, we'll go for another recording. I suppose that is a factor, isn't it? So, 5 more Shaman cards need to be played. So, next recording I could just play 4 Shaman cards and then concede. And then I need to play Warrior cards and then try to get some Beast cards, and we haven't even done that yet. So, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.